It's Paul Clegg here. I just want to follow up on Nick Sladek's excellent post on SEO or search or pay-per-click, etc. And I know the point he's getting at, and the point he's getting at is that you really need to go to somebody with expertise and be prepared to pay for it. However, I will take issue with the line he says, talk to somebody without a vested interest, because I think if you're selling your services, you have a vested interest. You have a vested interest in delivering the service you're being paid for. So I know that Nick's not knocking Google. Google have an audience. They've created that audience over time, just as the way a newspaper or a television channel, a radio channel, a podcast, the influencers, they've collected an audience that trust and believe and their values resonate with that source. And Google is one of those. They're by far the biggest and probably the best search engine out there. And they'll deliver that audience to you in one of two ways, one of which is search engine optimization. And the price you'll pay for that is time. And the other price you'll pay is competition for everybody else that's putting in the various keywords, search words, etc. And if you don't know what you're doing, Google will ignore you. However, they'll also deliver you the audience faster, as long as you're prepared to pay for it, as long as you're prepared to outbid the other people that want that audience. There's nothing wrong with that. They're delivering an audience to you, and that matches, that audience actually gets to see your product or service, and you're presenting that in the most compelling way, you'll start to create leads. You start to create interest, and you'll do it faster. And when you've got that perfected, you'll do it very predictably, far more predictably than on social media, and probably far more predictable than on SEO. So I think Google deserve to be paid for what they deliver. Now, where people get a bit brassed off with Google, and they shouldn't be, is because they don't know what they're doing themselves. They're having a go. They're being tempted with the £75 voucher. It all looks so easy, just as the way marketing looks so easy. Nick and I know that's not the case. There's a lot more to it. So just as I wouldn't attempt to go and fix my tap because I'm not a plumber, just as I wouldn't attempt to fix my lights because I'm not an electrician, you really ought to be turning to people that deliver value, that know the way around Google, that know how to reach the right audience in the right way for the lowest possible price. And then Google will deliver the audience that you're searching for, because without an audience, your product and service is zilch. Remember, it's all about getting yourself in front of the right audience. And without the right audience, everything you've spent on your website, everything you're playing around with doing is wasting your time. That's all I wanted to say. Great post, Nick. All the best.